To the 25th edition of the Meyer Musings. Today is April 3rd, 2016. In management, we have a staff meeting this week. It's at 8 o'clock in the Media Center, and the agenda will be an ESL presentation provided by Amy Rowland and Joe Wilsley. On the bulletin, it said PL sit-ins on Wednesday. There will be no PLC sit-ins on Wednesday due to a staff meeting. We don't want two things on the same week because that goes beyond the hour of outside of classroom as the contract states. Lunch duty. Teachers, please be on time. This is kind of getting frustrating. I know that we're busy, but it's very important that they're on time. There was an incident on Friday where we had no adult in the lunchroom, and it was because we had a teacher who was late. And I understand that can happen, but it's happening more than it should. So please be aware of that. Also, the Apex Fun Run, it begins April 11th, which is 1 week from tomorrow. We'll be communicating with families on Monday, which is tomorrow. And then we'll have a staff overview prior to the start of April 11th. So it might be a Friday or it might be Monday morning. MRC, we are declining services for next year. Here's the reasons. We're tough to schedule because it's pull out during core time. There's been a lack of strong candidates. Now, last year we had Nicole, and she did a great job, but there were not some very many strong candidates this year. And then we have some strong volunteers that are coming in, and it's been very productive. Professional leave. Please see Lori's email that she sent on March 31st. It's important that if you have one, that you follow those steps. If you're not sure, let me know and we'll send it to you again. Staffing. This one is always a tough one, so please bear with me. I'm trying to do this in a way that's respectful of all. We needed to cut 0.5. That's frustrating to me, but at the same time, it was 1.43 FTEs, which means 1.5 teachers almost. We cut 0.5 for math intervention. What does that mean? Deborah is going to join the second grade team as the 5th teacher. Abby is going to move to kindergarten. Kristen is taking a second year of leave. Karen is taking a leave for family purposes. Carol Jernberg is retiring. And the hard part that's the most disappointing to me is we're having to let Adam go. Adam's done a great job. Postings. On Monday, we're going to post a meter director, a grade 5 LCR, which is for Karen, and a 0.5 math interventionist. Amber, who's going to be the sub long call reserve for Kristen Tenley, she is going to be leaving on May 8th for a National Guard officers training. Being in the National Guard, she has to go when they call. So on May 8th, she's going to be leaving us for the rest of the school year. Our guest teacher will be T. Wynn. T was Cindy Hobbs' student teacher last year, so she'll fit right in. She's very easy to get along with and a hard worker, good person. And like I said, Amber will return in the fall as Kristen Tenley's long call substitute teacher. In instruction, I read an article in Educational Leadership. It's called The Secret of Effective Feedback by Dylan Willem, April 2016. Many of you know who Dylan Willem is. He came and worked with us a few years back. The central idea: feedback is only successful if students use it to improve their performance. Think about that. It's very basic, but it's so true. Here are some key ideas. 1, keep purpose in mind. So share your gap between current work and the goal. Okay, so you show kids where they're at and say, this is where we want you to go. 2, give feedback they can use. In other words, meet them where they're at. How can you do that? Assign tasks that illuminate their thinking. An example would be not just calculating something, but explain their thinking. We do that in math. 2, make feedback into detective work. I have 5 problems. One is wrong. Which one is wrong and why? And lastly, build capacity for self-assessment. An example, you provide 3 leads. Kids will share 3 leads in the story, okay, for a story. Then you ask the child which one is best. It allows them to analyze all 3 of them and then select theirs. So they're doing a self-assessment and taking ownership. The third key area, which is also important, is trusting relationship. Why? Students know teacher has their best interests at heart. They're going to work hard. So these are the 3 key ideas to feedback. Keep purpose in mind, get feedback they can use, and trusting relationships. Under learning supports, we have some work groups. Olympic Day just met Friday, did some great work. They have recommendations. They're going to share them with our BLT, and then we'll share it out with staff. Now we have 2 more work groups that we'd like to start. Jenny Deravinga sent out an email. Please sign up. We want, remember, we're going to look at the master schedule, teacher top 3 slots for lunch and prep for your grade level. Remember, K2 literacy is in the morning. That's something I will not bend on because the kids are young and that's when they focus best. And then our second work group is class placements. We're going to set up some guiding principles like how many, the number of boys and girls, how many ESL, how many people with special ed, or I have an IEP, and those types of things. So please respond to those emails, and then we can form our groups. We'll discuss more about class placement and master schedules at this week's staff meeting. Well, that's it for now. I look forward to another great week, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Thank you.